All the waterfalls you see throughout the whole walk are just recirculated with water. Keeps everything aerated for the wildlife. It's a natural river, so we have fish, frogs, turtles, snakes.
All those ducks.
This river and the city of San Antonio was named in honor of St. Anthony de Padua. This is how we ended up with our name. The very first Catholic Mass of this river was on June 13th, 1691. That just happened to be the feast day of St. Anthony. St. Anthony in the Spanish language is San Antonio. So that's how we ended up with our name. The statue on the left-hand side, it's sidewalk level with one of the palm trees up here. This is St. Anthony de Padua. St. Anthony was actually a saint in Portugal in the 12th century.
Oh,
the statue is the gift of Portugal for the World's Fair.
Oh, that's from Portugal.
Cool. It's kind of like the statue of Liberty.
I thought that was real.
Yep. Is this where we go to the Pearl? It is? Is this where we go to the Pearl?
Right hand side above the bridge, you see the Tower of Americas up there. That tower was the centerpiece for the 68 World's Fair. Observation deck up there, and this restaurant that revolves. The restaurant goes around up there once every hour. We've gone into the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. Henry B. was the first Hispanic to be elected to Congress. He's born and raised right here in San Antonio. He served from 1961 to 1998. And left-hand side, right above the La de Carpo Theater, you see the mosaic up here. This mosaic was built for the World's Fair. This is 400,000 1-inch square colored stones. Everything is depicted in this mosaic from Adam and Eve all the way through the space program. It took one man 2 years to build this by himself. He called this thing the confluence of civilization. The one over here on the right-hand side that just delivered this a couple of weeks ago. We don't have any information on it yet. We do, we'll pass it along.
That's really cool.
This is where me and Chloe ended up.
Where? What?
Way over here.
Somewhere over here.
The guys, it hardly ever gets really, really cold here in San Antonio, so we are able to run the boats year-round. The only time we ever shut any of this down is the first week in January. The first week we drain all the water of this river completely to do maintenance and repairs. During that time, we always have a big party here. We call it the Mud Fest. We don't need much of an excuse around here to have a good party. So you might imagine when they drain the water of this, we find a lot of stuff in here. What would you guys think would be the number one thing they've learned the last 3 years, Dave? Cell phones almost beat out number one twice. Lots of bottles. Sunglasses were replaced last year. Lots of cameras, lots of money. But number one, believe it or not, is still silverware for the restaurants. But we notice when we say cell phones, everybody starts patting their pockets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
And you wouldn't believe all the stuff they find in here when they drain all this. We find tables, chairs, baby strollers, bicycles, skateboards, all kinds of stuff. It's kind of fitting they find a bunch of stuff in here because St. Anthony, our namesake, is the patron saint of lost things.
Oh yeah, I bet a lot of people. Whoa, how would the baby get out?
Yeah. He doesn't know how to say too much.
The guy guys, when we get around the bend on the left-hand side, if you look at the bottom of the trees over here, you're going to see little nubs growing to the ground next to the trees.
Yeah, I
The
saw
little
that.
nubs are called cypress knees. That's the root system to that tree. The tree pokes its roots
Kill
right
us.
out of the ground to keep itself from drowning. You're going to find these little nubs on the whole walk fence there.
I saw it. Hello. I saw it.
This is the reason why the Marriott folks were so intent on getting this spot right here, is they figured out this is where they're going to build the mall. And they built the mall here in 1988. We just had the grand opening of Margaritaville in here a few weeks ago. We got Dave and Buster's up on street level. It's going to be a pretty happening place. You guys would think that having no railings on the river walk anywhere, we'd have a lot of problem with people falling in the river. We don't really have much of a problem with that. We only average one, maybe two people a month.
Oh, wow.
And spring break, New Year's Eve, that's another story.
This is the mall. This is the mall that I was talking to you about. Yeah. Chili's.
What?
Chili's is over there.
I told you.
Everybody knows here in San Antonio we have a lot of Spanish influence, but folks don't realize we have a lot of German influence here as well. A lot of things we take for granted around here come from Germany. You know the tortillas? We're always made out of corn, but the Germans come along with flour.
Wow.
Flour tortillas kind of a staple for us. Tejano music and polka music sound about the same because of the accordion. San Antonio has always been a very big military town. So World War I come along, a lot of the Germans packed up and left San Antonio, and they moved to communities like Martin, New Braunfels, Fredericksburg, all these little German communities out of that town. The militaries who have brought me here to San Antonio, if you're trying to figure out my accent, I'm originally from upstate New York. Speaking of the military, the young folks that you see in blue uniforms got out of basic training for the U.S. Air Force Friday.
Yes, Air Force.
Oh, why? All right. Nice to see your face. At least she's talking. We get to the city today. It's almost 2, and I want to say something. Anything. A why question.
During the Christmas season, we have 1.8 million Christmas lights hanging up in all these trees. The day after Thanksgiving, we have a big parade. The mayor flips the switch, kicks on everything for our season. Most of the time, we have pretty good weather for the Christmas season right now.
Wanna come here on Christmas?
Good.
Yeah.
Bueno, tengo un poco de chavo.
I know. I saw that. I wasn't looking at TV.
Get around the bend on the right-hand side. If you look up above the wall through the trees up there, you see the church steeple up here. The church steeple is St. Joseph's German Catholic Church. Now, this is the first church built after the fall of the Alamo. This was built there in 1868. On the fourth Sunday of every month, they still have a choir that sings here in the German language. When Joskies wanted to build their department store right here, they wanted to tear the church down. You can see one argument, right? They built a thing right on the church. Guess who got involved in that? Every big city has conservation society. Ours are just meaner than everybody else's. Because of them, we have something to talk about. Joski's is long gone. The church is still here. We kind of pick on the conservation society a little bit, but the point we're trying to make is somebody worked real hard to save all this. And we're proud of the work they've done and still do. It's not just ladies anymore, it's a very big organization today.
Trees, the top of the tree. The little oaks.
The very first restaurant here in the Riverwalk was Casa Rio Restaurant, straight in front of us. Nice colored umbrellas up there. That opened here in 1946. This is how the boat thing got started. Casa Rio Restaurant was so busy in the 40s, they ended up putting people on the old gondola boats to keep them occupied while they're waiting in line for the table. Now we progressed to the point in the summertime, we put 10,000 people a day on these boats. So this is a restaurant up here with our humble people.
The restaurant we don't like.
Yeah.
Gonna go back into the natural flow of the river.
Okay.
So guys, remember when I said we had to come up some hotel rooms in a big hurry? The Hilton Hotel, right here in front of us,
Sunday,
was
that's
built
gonna
in
be hard.
202 working days. Now how they did that so fast is they built all these rooms in an assembly line.
Let me make some
8
calls,
miles
and I will
south of
find-
town.
and I will call
These
you back.
rooms were completely built, carpeted, wallpapered, fully furnished. They were dug over there, flatbed trucks with a crane. All those rooms were stacked up here just like
Oh
Lego.
my goodness.
The entire building took just shy of 8 months to complete. Pretty quick for 500.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I will find out. Alrighty. Bye.
Look at this ducky.
This area directly in front of us is what we call La Vieja. This translates Little Village. In the 1700s is the Spanish garrison. Today, this whole thing up here is a real nice arts and crafts community. We have shops, boutiques, restaurants here.
Don't jump, don't jump, don't jump, don't jump.
Stop harassing the people, Dad.
We're going to go through the Arneson River Theater up here. There's room on the left-hand side for 800 people. Staying on the right. Did you guys see the movie Miss Congeniality with Sandra Bullock? The swimsuit part of that was filmed right here on the stage. This is built in 1939.
This is where they're dancing salsa.
The bells on top of the stage commemorate the 5 missions here in San Antonio. Complex on the right hand side, this is the Briscoe Western Art Museum. This just opened here a few months ago. They just delivered this sculpture over here a few months ago. This sculpture is called Coming Home to the Briscoe. San Antonio was part of the Chisholm Trail, so 150 years ago. This is a pretty common sight here in San Antonio. Another one of these bridges built in 1890. We're going to get this one all fixed up last year.
front row.
Yeah, look at the bridge.
Come on, stay here.
Here on the right-hand side, we're a little island over here. This island is what we call Marriage Island. We average 2 or 3 weddings a day in the summertime mostly. This is a very popular place for folks to get married. This island is naturally shaped like a heart. That island is the root system to one bald cypress tree. The roots go sideways and shallow to keep this tree from drowning. These are bald cypress trees. You find these things on any river here in South Texas. Some of these are 200 and 300 years old.
A lot of them are older.
Here in San Antonio, we kind of like to mix a little bit of the old with the new. The building here on the right-hand side is our Westin Hotel. It was built there in 1999. This has absolutely no historical value. It's pretty though. Now, the darker colored building next to the Westin was a pharmaceutical warehouse in 1919. Today, it's the Homewood Suites Hotel. We don't tear down any old buildings. We just turn them on hotels. Y'all look high and to the left, you look way up on top of the tower-like building up there. You see the gargoyles hanging up top of the building up there. The gargoyles are used as functional water spouts. When it rains really hard, the rainwater comes out of their mouth.
Gargoyle.
It's part of what they call the Neo-Gothic architecture. This is built in 1927. On the same building, right above the curved windows in the tree line, you see faces. These faces are called grotesques. These are supposed to scare off evil spirits. You see this architecture in New York City and Chicago, and not so much around here.
See the faces on the building?
The next building on the left was the Plaza Hotel in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. LBJ and Lady Bird Johnson got married here in San Antonio. They spent their honeymoon there in 1934. When we get past the bridge here, guys, if you look over my shoulder, back of the building we just passed, you're going to see the front of this thing. It looks like the front of a big ship coming down the river. You got to use your imagination a little bit. But this is what they built this behind us to look like. After a couple margaritas, you see the Titanic. The red color building in front of us, the green roof, is the Bexar County Courthouse. Built there in 1896. This is the oldest continuously used courthouse in the state of Texas. So guys, in 1921, we had a devastating flood here in San Antonio. The water level got 8 feet above street level in some places. So this is what prompted our city to come put in this flood control system. We're getting ready to go over one of our floodgates. This gate lays at the bottom of the water. It opens up all the water like a drawbridge. It closes this end of the riverwalk in the event of a flood. See the scratches on either side here? This works kind of like a tailgate of a pickup truck. This is our flood channel out here, guys. The flood channel is almost 20 foot deep. This is a concrete bottom to it. Directly behind us at 200 yards above the second bridge and a green light back there. That's another floodgate that stays all the way up. So in the event of a flood, we close both the gates leading to the Horseshoe Pond Riverwalk. We lower this behind us how much we have to, and all the floodwaters just bypass the Riverwalk, go downstream. If it gets really bad, we have the ability 4 miles ahead to divert this entire river underground. To bypass the entire city completely if we have to. We averaged 30 inches of rain a year here in San Antonio. In 1998, we had 22 inches of rain in 12 hours. The flood control system worked perfect. We had a 20% chance of rain that day. We just finished expanding our Riverwalk south past all the missions. That brings the Riverwalk up to 14 miles.
We never went over here.
Notice all the locks on the fence over here on the left. If you get married at the cathedral at the top of the stairs, it's supposed to be good luck to come up here and put a lock on the fence and throw your key in the river. Not sure
they
how the
clean it
combination
out
locks
once
work.
they-
But they find a lot of keys down there.
City of San Antonio, first originated from this little plaza on the left-hand side. It's called the main plaza. At the top of the sidewalk on the left, you're going to see San Fernando Cathedral up there. San Fernando's established in 1731.
Yeah.
100 years from the
It's at the
outbreak.
backside.
So this little plaza is from the originated.
What's it with Dad?
We're going to go into another one of our floodgates up here. This one closes straight down like a garage door. So nowadays, when we have any kind of flood problem, we just close or block completely off. This keeps all the restaurants and hotels from flooding. The gate here weighs 3 tons. People all over the country are trying to copy this, and this is really the key. You have to be able to do something with the floodwaters here. Once they close both these gates, no matter how hard it rains, all the hotels and restaurants are liable.
That's the floodgate.
To give you guys an idea how bad the flood got in 1921, if you look at the chandeliers on the left-hand side, the chandeliers were underwater in 1921.
Yeah. Well,
Once we put in the flood control system, we wouldn't have any more problem with floods at all.
Inside the house, inside the hotel.
Upstairs in the right-hand side, this is the Esquire Tavern. Prohibition ended in 1933. That bar opened the next day. We're kind of thinking they were open before that, but they're not talking. Picked you guys up from the Aztec Theater. The Aztec opened here in 1926 as a silent movie theater. Well, my friends, this is about it. What do y'all think of Little Piece of Paradise?
nice.
I kind of like the first split out in the morning, kind of quiet. I want to remind y'all this, look around you to make sure you have everything. Then we get the boat tied down over here. You folks enjoy your stay here in San Antonio. Thank you kindly. We're going to have a little bit of a step and we'll get out, so be very, very careful.
That's the end of the video. Bye.